Hey, 8th graders, fantastic job on your MLQ today. We have one quick video that's going to be awesome for today and set you up for success. But I know you all did awesome on your MLQ, and you'll have your scores back tomorrow. Okay, the first thing we're going to start with, today we're going to practice perfect squares. I'll tell you what I mean by perfect square. This is review for a lot of us, but we probably haven't identified it as a perfect square before. A perfect square is any number to the second power, because the second power means squared, and so that's why we call these perfect squares. So there's a lot of numbers to the second power, and there's a set of perfect squares, but today in this video we're going to practice raising something to the second power. So my first example is 3 squared, or 3 to the second power. We know that this is the same thing as 3 times 3, which is 9. So 3 squared equals 9. 9 is a perfect square because it has two numbers that can be multiplied by itself to get it. I want to take a look at this one. I also want to do one that's just similar. I am going to do -3 squared. Well, because this is in parentheses, that I know that I'm going to do my -3 2 times. So this is -3 times -3. Well, a negative times a negative is a positive, so this one also gives me 9. We'll practice some more perfect squares. I know that 7 squared, and don't break Miss Miller's heart, 7 squared is not 7 times 2, but it's 7 times 7. So 7 squared is 49. You may have guessed -7 squared. Well, a negative times a negative, and this is going to stay negative because it's in parentheses, a negative times a negative equals a positive, so -7 times -7. This is also 49. 49 is a perfect square because you can take two of the exact same number and multiply them by themselves to get this number. I can start testing one more number. Let's do 8 squared. 8 squared is the same thing as 8 times 8, which is 64. 64 is a perfect square because there's a number that can be multiplied by itself to get 64. Now I want to think, is 16 a perfect square? Is there a number that I can take and multiply by itself to get 16? Well, I know that 4 times 4 equals 16. And that means I have 1, 2, 4, so 4 squared is 16. Is there a perfect square that gets me 81? Meaning, are there two numbers multiplied by themselves to get 81? Well, 81 I know is 9 times 9. 9 times 9 is 81, so this is 9 to the second power. What if I say 12? Are there two numbers that we can multiply by itself to get 12? We might think 6 times 6. Well, I know 6 plus 6 is 12, but 6 times 6 equals 36. Ooh, that doesn't work. 5 times 5? No, that's 25. 4 times 4? 16. 3 times 3? That's 9. So 12 is not a perfect square. There's no number that I can multiply by itself twice to give me 12. Super quick and easy video for today. You have the rest of your packet to do. It's really important. You're going to start getting into like 11 squared, 14 squared. These are numbers that we need to start memorizing, so please do practice them today. If you know 11 squared off the top of your head, go ahead and write it down. If you need to, multiply out 11 times 11. That's totally fine. Whatever you need to do to get to that number. No calculators. Good luck. You have both sides of your packet. You have both sides of your packet to finish.